Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Bryon Smith, and welcome to Enlightened Empowered Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I am excited yet again because my next guest here on Enlightened Empowered Evolved is synonymous with electronic engineer to doctor engineer to scientific researcher, just so much, just self-healing to healer, coach, developer, and just so much more, therapist, just so much more. And we'll get into that. But without further ado, I introduce to you Fernando Marengo Rodriguez. How are you doing today, Fernando?
Thank you, Luke, for this wonderful opportunity. I am fantastic as always. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Yes, yes. And I just would like to say that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to choose to spend some of your time here with me, just a moment of your time in the segment of the history of your timeline, I just want to extend again my sincerest gratitude to you for being here. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Luke.
Yes, yes. So let's just get right into it. Let's start at the beginning a bit. So you graduated as an electronic engineer in 2005 and then the doctor engineer in 2008. I mean, wow, if you want to give us a little bit of feedback on, and you worked as a scientific research, feedback on all that education and how you decided what to study and how was your just a brief bit of how your experiences were through your course of studies and your expertise.
Thank you very much, Luke. So I could say I'm an engineer, I'm a scientist, I'm a coach or whatever.
Yes.
But if we put labels to what we are,
Right.
we forget that we are limitless beings.
Right.
And so I accomplished many things that so many people are craving to have, right? So many people are craving to be called doctors, to be called professors, to achieve, to be scientific researchers and all of that. So when I turned 30 years young, I already graduated as a doctor in engineering. And I did that in Rosario, Argentina. I was born in Argentina. And I was raised in Salta in the northwest west of Argentina, surrounded by nature. And when I went to study in Rosario, Argentina, I got a ton of new intellectual knowledges that allowed me to perform a very successful, let's call it successful, professional life. I worked as an engineer, as a scientific researcher, coach, and even here in Brazil, where I've been living since 2012, I've been working in this field for some time. But something inside me was craving to speak out loud. Right. Something inside me was already saying, there's something else, there's something else, there's something else in life. So one day I decided to get into to work for a company in the US developing biofeedback devices. And then I discovered that it's possible something beyond what is purely technical, purely engineering. And that's when I decided to start my inner journey. And I found out that the only way out is the way in. I healed myself.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yes, the only way out is the way in.
There you go. I love that. I love that. Yes, yes. Go ahead. I apologize for my interruption, but that's such a powerful statement in my perspective. Yes. And
yes.
I really resonate with that. just things that I've been through in life and what I am now at my current level of consciousness, what I am now aware of is that exact statement. Go ahead, Fernando.
Yes, thank you. And that at the end of 2015, I started that inner journey and discovered who I wasn't. And then finally, I discovered a little bit of who I am. So who I am not. I am not an engineer. I'm not a coach. I'm not even Fernando. I'm something way, way, way more than that. And when I got healed in contact with nature, thanks to the training from my spiritual teacher, Sujavan Solar, and his team, thanks to that, I discovered my divine spark. And that's when I discovered through two wise people who already knew me, and they told me about my past lives. And then I had a third experience that was my own experience, and I saw myself in a past version of myself, I mean, before this life.
Right.
And it was exactly matching the description of these two wise people. And I say, well, this is what I am. So I cannot escape from who I really am.
Right.
And I decided to embrace my mission. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know that what is going to happen. I just say, okay, I will close my eyes and I will move forward.
Right.
And that's what I did. So I went to two retreats. The last one in 2019 in the mountains, in the Chilean Patagonia, where my spiritual teacher lives. I went
Chile?
for a 25-day.
In Chile?
In Chile, yes.
Oh,
In
wow.
Chile,
I've
yes.
always wanted to go to Chile, and excuse my if I interject here and there, but let me say something before, and please don't lose your train of thought. I am so thankful that you highlighted about the titles. I have to say that. I have to highlight that because oftentimes we want to put titles on everything, and titles can be constricting and limiting. And that's why also when I introduced you, I said my next guest is synonymous with electronic engineering. Like I just naming some things, and then I said a whole lot more, because I'm, for context, yes, I'm reading from your bio, but at the same time, that is important to highlight that you are way more than any title, any piece of paper that you can get from any system anywhere, yeah, not to devalue what you've accomplished, but you can basically, what you're saying is you can accomplish whatever you want. So whatever the title of it is, even outside of that title, you can accomplish, you can be, you are what you say you are, what you want to be, what you focus on. Just so much I can add to that, but I just had to stop, put a pause, and just highlight that. That's amazing that you know that. And again, to highlight again, the way out is from within, or the way in. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
amazing. Yes, go ahead.
Exactly. And so I started my self-healing process there, and I discovered my divine spark, who I was before this life.
Right.
And then I decided to embark in this mission and to continue the trainings.
Right.
And then I had an inner block to start entrepreneurship. And it was removed in my last retreat in the mountain of Condor Blanco in the Chilean Patagonia. So after that, my life changed like this, and I started to study coaching, and I started to embrace my new entrepreneur business as a solopreneur, and in a few days from now, or in less than 1 month from now, it will be 5 years since I've been working as a spiritual coach for healers, for therapists, for spiritual seekers, like I am still. And I've been helping over 500 individual clients and offered group trainings for thousands and thousands of people from over 26 countries in the world.
Wow, congratulations.
And finally, yes, thank you. And finally, yes, this is good, this is wonderful. But most of all, what is most important here is that during this journey, I finally found my mission.
Yes.
My mission is not only coaching, my mission is not only healing, although yes, it was possible for me to use a feather, and through opening the space with the feather, with the use of stones, crystals, and drums, and all of these tools, it was possible for other people to leave their wheelchair, for instance, and start walking and start walking on the staircase. In just a 10-minute healing process, it was possible to do that.
Wow.
But although this is done, I always say, I am not the healer. I am not the one who fixes the other person. I am the one who opens this whole space for the other person to perform their own self-healing or self-coaching process. So this is how powerful it is.
That is
amazing. You know what? Because it allows the other person to feel empowered and to take charge, to be responsible for their decisions.
I like that.
And not just waiting for the other to come and fix me. I'm not a fixer. I'm not just anyone to, oh, come to this person, I'm going to fix. No. I'm just holding the space for the other person to perform their own self-healing process.
Empowering others. Yes. Empowering people.
Exactly.
Yes. To tap into their own power. Yes. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And for instance, an hour ago, or a little more than 1 hour ago, I was hosting a very unique experience, which is related with our power animals, and which is already the representation of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual resources for our survival here in this planet, in this life.
Right.
And I hosted a special activation of the power animals. And you know what's the most important thing? They are invisible pets that help us with the right message, that help us with the right amount of energy, with the right idea, with the right vision to move forward, or with the right energy to be courageous enough to face a certain situation. And this is what happened in this 1 hour call that I had previously. For these two amazing souls that had a call with me and 1 hour ago, they not only get this additional amount of energy, but they also know, now they know very clearly who are those beings that are helping her, that are helping them for the rest of their lives, and also which is the messages that came to them and that will guide them for the rest of their lives. This is absolutely life-changing. It's like having a mentor all the time with us. So I see already so many people saying, oh, my inner voice, my inner voice. Here it is not inner voice. Here it is inner guides. We all have guides. And thanks to my guides, I finally found my mission, which is expanding and creating a new humankind thanks to the use of these biofeedback devices. It is called ENSA Biofeedback. That what does
it's
is
called
something
biofeedback system.
Exactly, because it is a very simple system that connects to the computer and also connects through an ear clip. It takes the information from the ear clip and takes that information to a game installed in the computer or in the cell phone, whatever. And what performs there is extract the information related with the state of peace that is encoded in our heartbeats. So with the optical detector, we detect the heartbeats. But the heartbeats contain a lot of information. One very significant piece of information is the state of peace. How does it work? We guide the other person to breathe at different rates until we find, thanks to this device, the breathing rate that maximizes the state of peace. Once we find that optimal breathing rate, known as resonance frequency.
Resonance frequency.
Exactly. We train that person to breathe at the resonance frequency. I mean, inhale and the heart frequency increases. And during exhalation, the heart frequency decreases. That's why it is called breathing resonance frequency, because both the breathing rate and the resonance frequency are aligned with each other, are in phase with each other. That's why it's called resonance. So when the other person starts to breathe at the resonance frequency with the use of this device and train the other person for just 4 weeks to do this on just 5 weekly sessions, we can just help the other person decrease the levels of stress, anxiety, and depression with no side effects. Even
And
a client
no
of ours,
medication.
no, because this is absolutely natural.
Right.
What happens when we are born? And you can even look at any babies out there. They breathe at the right pace, and they breathe also using their abdomen. So it
Right.
happens with my son. I look at him and I say, "Oh, you're so beautiful how you breathe." And what happens when we grow up in this crazy day-to-day life? We start to think too much, act too little, or sometimes act too much, but not in a significant way, and forget about us.
Mm.
So we get disconnected. So my aim, our aim, because this is something done with my business partner, Gianni Anselmo, our aim is to bring this device to help people get back their inner awareness and reconnect them with their heartbeats. And as a consequence, the levels of stress, anxiety, and depression are reduced because the right breathing pattern allows the autonomic nervous system to get into balance. It consists of two parts. The
Balance.
sympathetic nervous system, exactly, the sympathetic nervous system, which is in charge of the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic, which is in charge of the rest and digest mode. In our day-to-day life, we are too stressed. I mean, the sympathetic nervous system is overstimulated and the parasympathetic is understimulated. With
Right.
the use of this system, we help those two parts get into balance.
Hmm. Help you to get
So
back into balance like we once were.
exactly. So it is extremely simple. And let me tell you something else. There are many other companies in the world that produce this kind of devices.
Right.
But the difference is the following. We are the only ones who developed a unique protocol to use this device to get faster results. For instance, HeartMath, which is the most well-known worldwide producer of this kind of devices,
Yes. Heart
they,
math.
yes, they use an 8-week program. We just use a 4-week program.
Hmm.
Only 4 weeks. Why are we able to do that? Because this is where the mission comes into place. I merge the skills in this learned in this life, engineering, sciences, with the natural talents that I inherited from the past, which is ancient tools. And
Right.
which is most important, it can be scalable. Anyone can use this device. Anyone can learn how to use the device, and anyone can already obtain the same results as we obtain with other clients in just 4 weeks with no side effects. That's how I found the mission, and that's how I encourage everyone to continue serving others to find their own mission within.
That is amazing. And I resonate with that as well because it wasn't until I um, ended up in a place in life where I was reminded to look within that I found my purpose, in which it is working on myself every day, learning and sharing, and also developing, coming up with the idea for this podcast to showcase and to not only showcase people, extraordinary people like yourselves that are elevating humanity in some way, but to educate myself and to like I said, self educate, because what better way to educate yourself than to talk to people from around the world and pick their brains, and travel. That to me is the utmost value in self education is learning from people, and I just love it, and I just love uh, showing this and having this being recorded so I can go back over it and watch it again and learn things that I didn't learn the first time around. And just to be able to share it with people, it makes me feel so great. It not in a way of ego, but just in a way
Exactly.
of just natural joy and harmony and peace and balance when every episode, every person I speak with adds to the joy and the balance and harmony of of who I am, of who we all are, you know. But yes, show us what you're going to do with that drum. I have to stop and see. I saw you getting some tools ready. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. So this is the drum I built 1.5 years ago, and this is a Lakota drum. I highly suggest for everyone to build their own drum, and I would love to do a very short exercise. Let's say a 5-minute exercise to invite the audience, everyone who is watching here,
Right.
to connect with their mission, to connect with their because our mission is always related with our skills, gifts, most of all, our natural talents, because we are extraordinary in something very, very specific, right?
Right.
The only thing is that it requires courage. We have to be humble enough to acknowledge our faults and courageous enough to acknowledge our greatness, right?
I agree.
So we forget the latter part, which is courage. What happens to most people? They feel, oh, this is too much for me. Yes,
right.
You feel like it's too much. But if you feel a little bit scary, then it's more likely it is your mission, because our mission is something that goes way beyond our physical existence here.
Right.
Okay. So if that's okay with you, we can do a 3 or 4 minute exercise, and then we can get
absolutely.
Wonderful. So we can all sit comfortably here, and then we can take a deep breath and exhale. Okay. You can take another deep breath. Exhale. And then you can start inhaling for 5 seconds and exhaling for 5 seconds like this. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue breathing slowly and deeply. And little by little, your heart will get in synchronization with the rest of your body. And it will send the right information to your brain, stating that you are in a safe space. And now you can create the life that you want, you need, and deserve. And then you remember a very happy moment in your childhood. Remember how much you were smiling at that moment. And then you feel from your heart what that child wants. What did you want when you were a child? Who did you want to become? Which were your dreams? Where everything is possible? And then move forward in time, acknowledging your talents, what you are very good at, what you do in an extraordinary way. You acknowledge your skills and gifts, and you discover a moment when you got a very important achievement. And feel in your heart which talents, skills, and gifts allowed you to get this important outcome. And now invite your inner child to take you to the future envisioned by your inner child. You both walk together until you arrive a forest. You go through the forest. Finally, you get to a waterfall, to a beautiful waterfall, and invite your inner child to show you the dream that he or she envisioned for the desired future. That future is closely related to your mission. And you ask for the waterfall to bless you with love, with grace, and with joy. Once you feel that is already done, slowly and grateful, you can come back here.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, I want to build my own drum now. Do you do that daily?
Yes, absolutely. I perform meditation on a daily basis, and I play the drum almost on a daily basis. Yes,
That's
actually,
amazing.
the last day I've been performing on a daily basis through my invocations, and because this is something I decided to embody, but anyone can do that actually.
Amazing. So, how can people find you and find your amazing development as well if they want to seek information about it, anything like that? How can they do that? Can you share with us here? How can people do so?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So yes, on Instagram I am at PhD Fernando Coach. Also on Facebook, my name Fernando A. Marengo Rodriguez, and also I have another Facebook account which is PhD Fernando Coach, and also on my email account which is fmarengorodriguez@gmail.com. So those are my three ways to get in contact with me. And I would like to make a very special offer and gift for the audience here. For the first people who send me a message, I will give for free an activation of the power animals. So if anyone is interested, I'm just offering one free spot to do that. So get in touch with me and I will tell you the details.
Amazing. And to go along with that, as everyone knows that has been following this show, this podcast, all the links, your links, my guest links will be in the description of this segment. So anywhere you look, whether you're watching on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Play or Pandora, just look in the description and click on those links and connect with Fernando and his amazing, what is it called again? The device?
PhD on the coach.
Yes,
Biofeedback.
yes, that as
Biofeedback
well.
Live.
And yes, and take advantage of this offer. be the first one to get in contact with him to send him a message so that you can get a free session. So check out the links in the description of this segment. And yes, you're on your way. Yes. So
Thank
is
you very much.
there, before we conclude this segment here, is there any last ideas or goals or encouragement that you would like to share? Anything?
It's never too late to change and to embrace our mission. It all depends on our decision, authentic decision from our hearts, not from the system, not from anyone else, not from even from our parents, just from our hearts. The only truth is in our hearts, and the doors to heaven is in our hearts, because we can all bring heaven here. That's my mission here, to build heaven through the use of this device here. Because once we get into emotional balance with this system, we can get to another whole different level in our spiritual awakening process. So it's never too late to change.
Right.
Mother Earth evolving to 5D, but most human beings, unfortunately, are not doing that. However, it's never too late to take a decision, but we have to take a decision now to start opening our eyes.
Absolutely beautiful. And with that said, I'll leave it like that and not try to add anything more to that. Thank you again, Fernando, for joining us today and for sharing your amazing insight and for adding even more value to not only myself, but to this platform and everyone that's watching and or listening. Just thank you very much. And thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Thank you. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share this, help the platform grow and help get these amazing messages out there to elevate and enlighten and empower humanity. Thank you very much. Be sure to also hit the Enlightened Empowered Evolved website as well at 333empower.com. Thank you very much, everyone. I can't get enough of expressing gratitude. It makes me feel good to express gratitude. And I find that I have more to be grateful for the more that I express and feel gratitude. Feel that's important as well. Not just saying it empty, but I really am thankful for being here at this present moment and being able to listen and learn and add a bit of insight myself. I'm so grateful for that and for having people tune in. I'm thankful. See you soon. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.